Good morning, gang. It's Monday, the Monday, the 2nd of December 2019. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from Bracknell here in Berkshire. Who's early this morning? Amelia Dodd. Good God, you get the first message of the day in. Good morning, young Amelia. Diane Jebb in the house, Jason Hughes, Adam the Plumber, and Joey Millen, all there nice and early on YouTube. A very good morning, chat, if you're watching on Facebook. We're only with you on Facebook for about 10 minutes or so, gang. And then we switch over to YouTube. Do join us on YouTube if you want to join in the chat and talk to everyone else on there. And for me to be able to see your messages, just come and join us on YouTube, okay? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Thank you very much. I've got this song in my head this morning. I know, it's so early as well. Too early, far too early. I've got the Christmas song, Mary's Boy Child, in my head. Do you know that one? Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible. That one, yes. I've got that in my head this morning. I don't know why. What is your favourite Christmas song, as a matter of interest? What's your favourite Christmas song? Is it one of those, or, I don't know, Mistletoe and Wine? I think that's probably my favourite sort of ballady type one, you know? Here we are, mistletoe and wine. I always get the words wrong. I'm not very good at knowing the words to any songs, come to think of it. I know a couple of Barry Manilow ones up for heart. Stay, of course, I know that one. Stay, why don't you be with me tonight? And Money, Money, Money from ABBA. I work all night, I work all day to pay the bills. Well, it's not a karaoke programme. Honestly, it's not. Good morning to Sean Pye. Morning, Sean. Adam the Plumber's favourite Christmas song of all time is the 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, it goes on forever. Time we finish that, it's blooming February, dear. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree. I'll do that at the karaoke. We do that one. What is your favourite Christmas song, boys and girls? I want to know that this morning. So that's what I've got going around in my head this morning. Good morning to Joanna. How lucky are you, Joanna, joining us just as I start singing. Oh, what's that? Hang on a minute. What's that noise? Okay, I'm just waiting for the doorbell could go while we're doing the show this morning. Deliveries are coming. Oh, yes, I've ordered stuff. I've purchased stuff, boys and girls. Okay, I shall tell you about that later. It's all very... Don't rush me. Don't rush me. Joanna's very lucky to join us just as I start singing there, Joanna. How happy has that made you feel this morning, eh? You know, just when you thought, it's a Monday again, I'm not happy, and then you turn on YouTube and I start singing. How lucky are you? Good morning, young Joanna. All right there. So your favourite Christmas song, I'd like to know that this morning. Lovely show last night. Anyone who was with us for our Sunday night show, we play bingo every Sunday, okay? We have 3 games, 2 games, sort of 2 early birds, and for that you win a pen. Here's the pens. Here's the pens. All right, here's the pens. We can win one of those. With a little logo on and all that, and it says on there, I'm a Chris Reardon bingo winner. A couple of people have been asking if they can buy one of these. No, because then you wouldn't be a bingo winner. So they are exclusively for people who play the bingo, which you can only do if you're with us live on a Sunday night. We had 53 people playing last night. Okay, all the prizes went out. Who won? Amelia won. Adam won. No, Adam didn't win. Matthew Van won, and someone else. Or the envelopes are downstairs. I'll be going to post off all your prizes a little bit later on this morning, as soon as I finish the show, actually. I've run out of those large letter stamps, unfortunately, so I've got to get some of those. And someone won the hat. Liz. Was it Liz? It was Liz. Liz won the hat last night. So they'll all be going off a little bit later on, as well as I've got to post my postal vote, which is filled in and read up. I probably hold the balance of power. You know, it's I probably hold the balance of power, and political parties in this country are waiting to receive my vote of no confidence in all of them, to be honest. And if all else fails, just have a cocktail party. That's what I say, a cocktail party. Good morning to Mr. Ray Reynolds joining us this morning. Morning, Ray. Excuse me. Morning to Michael Pullman. Good morning. Michael Lawrence in the house. Hello to you. Matthew Van. Good morning. SOS Gold. Good morning. John Aitken. My friend Simon is on backing vocals for Mary's Boy Child. Yes, the lead singer died, didn't he? Of Boney M. Long time. Hark now, hear the angels sing. That one. I like that one. I do like that one. Thank you. Order. Thank you, Jason. Morning. You're getting a bit slow, aren't you? A very good morning to Mr. Paul Jordan. Morning to you. Joanna says, I believe you had something in your system last night. So many mistakes. Oh, it all went wrong last night. Let me tell you. It was going terribly wrong for the bingo last night. If you want to play bingo, and it'll be next Sunday, number one, it's only on YouTube, okay? So you need to join us there. Please join us there, subscribe and have your notifications switched on, okay? It's only on YouTube, and you need to let me know that you want to play, and you do that by email. Just send me an email there, and please say add me to the bingo system. Oh, I think the other email should be working now as well. I'll correct that because it doesn't make sense to have my name up there, does it really? Like that as the email address. Hang on. Dun, dun, bum, bum. There we are. That's the email address there. So if you want to play the bingo next week, you must let me know. You must sort of let me add you to the system. And once you've been added to the system, as long as you keep playing all the time, you don't need to do it again. But you can't sort of just joining at the last minute. You need to register for the bingo before Sunday. Just send me an email to that address. All right, boys and girls. Excuse me. I've still got this frog in my throat, but actually the chest is a lot better this morning, so that's sorting itself out. Last Christmas is my favourite Christmas song, and that's from John Aitken. Last Christmas you gave me my heart, your heart, but the very next... I wonder if anyone will give me their heart this Christmas. You never know. It could happen, couldn't it? You never know. Matthew likes Driving Home for Christmas. Ba, 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 ba. That's quite a nice, happy one, isn't it? Good morning to Alan Wainwright. Good morning to you. And morning to Mandy Davenport. She's in the house as well. I'm not keen on the dreary Christmas ones. The Alexandra Burt one, hallelujah. Oh, God. Does that grate me, dear? Anything like Simon Cowell was bought out over the last few years as the X Factor finalist, dismal, dreary, old Christmas songs, not interested. I think they're blooming awful. Absolutely awful. Apparently he was crying the other night. Is that right? Simon Cowell was crying on the other night when the X Factor, when they started singing the Charity single. I haven't heard it yet. I haven't actually heard it yet, the Charity single. But what it's like, I can just imagine what it's like, actually. You know, I bet it's horrible and dreary and boring. Dreadful. Dreadful. We don't want anything like that. Thank you very much. Happy songs, you know. Where it is, Merry Christmas. Everybody's having having fun. That's quite a nice one. We like that one very much. Are you doing bingo in the new year? Of course, that will carry on. That will carry on. In fact, new prizes are coming, boys and girls. I have ordered things. I've ordered things. As well as these pens, right? As well as these bingo pens, these are for... This is a Chris Reardon bingo winner, or I'm a Chris Reardon bingo winner. I've ordered some more of these, exactly the same as these, but these are for Super Chatters, okay? I've ordered some more pens for Super Chatters, and it says, I'm a Chris Reardon Super Chatter. So instead of having a Super Chat badge, which you can have if you want, anyone who sends a Super Chat can have one of those in a post. We've got pens coming as well now. Again, multicoloured, same as those ones, but a couple of people have been saying, oh, we'd like some pens as prizes as well. So they're coming as the Super Chat, an additional Super Chat thing that you can have for, you know, a couple of quid if you want to. And also coming are key rings. These have already been ordered. I was up ever so late last night doing all this. We finished the show at about, was it about 10 o'clock last night? Something around 10:15, 10 o'clock last night. And then I started work. I do quite a lot, you know, as well as just sitting here talking rubbish for an hour. So talking rubbish for an hour or so. So there's some key rings coming. They're key rings, and they're like a ribbony type material attached to the key ring, and there's the logo, and I can't remember what it says now. I watch United Kingdom talk, and then there's the little Union Jack, and I think they're yellow. If I remember rightly, if the ones I hold, they're like a yellow ribbon, and it's got the printing on there of the little logo and that on there. So they'll be available. Either you can have one either as a super chat or a bingo prize, whatever you want. Okay, so they can be bought or won. Those. Some things can only be won, something can be bought or won. So whatever you want to do. All right? So there's a couple of new things coming on there. I also got involved in the Cyber Monday, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Let's say hello to some more of you. Good morning to Rumble Bumble. Good evening. Good morning, Rumble Bumble, who says, thanks for sending me some energy on Saturday. We send the energy. Feel the energy coming out of me now. Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Let's just turn off Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, you're going to leave us here, boys and girls. Do join us on YouTube, okay? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Join us over there, and then you can join in with the rest of the show. All right? A very good morning to you. There we are. We're off Facebook now. I've started doing that. The first 10 minutes of the show will now be on Facebook. And the reason for that is, when I put a link on Facebook, the people who are only on Facebook don't get any notifications. So they kind of are, and then you get messages. Oh, were you on today? Well, yeah, we were on YouTube. But for some reason, they don't want to subscribe to YouTube. I don't know why that is, because it's so easy. So we now put the first 10 minutes of the show on Facebook, which we'll be continuing doing for a while. But that's gone now, all right? Let's have a look. Yes, Rumble Bumble's been in bed all weekend and had to ring myself up this morning to get the day off work. Are you self-employed, are you? Are you self-employed? I've been self-employed for years, yeah. I used to work for British Telecom. I was a telephone engineer. And it was a good job. Now that I look back and I think I really enjoyed doing that job. Yeah, going out to people's houses and fixing the phones. This sort of weather, not so much fun, you know. We'd all start, and we didn't worry about climate change at that point. We'd go in the morning. Well, I'd usually cycle in. I'd cycle in, even when it's really cold. If you're cycling on a bike, you soon warm up. Except you may, perhaps your head, you've got a hat on and a pair of gloves. Oh, your fingers. Oh, dear, you want gloves on when you're on a bicycle. And I used to cycle into work, and the first thing we did was go to our vans and start the engines. And we just used it to let them run in the van. You know, we had a gate, so no one could get in and steal the vans or anything. So we'd have like 10 British Telecom vans out in the yard with the engine ticking over. And that was, I suppose it was about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. Time we got out there and the heater would be on. It would be lovely and toasty in that van, and off we go to repair people's phones. It was a good job, you know, and then I became DJ. I was doing a little bit of DJing here and there, and then the DJing became so busy that I had to make the choice, really, because it just became impossible to do anything. Really did. You know, normal things like washing, I was kind of grabbing a couple of hours sleep here and a little bit of sleep there to try and fit everything together. Eventually I just become so busy with the DJ, and I gave up the BT job. Was that the right decision? Yeah, I think so. I've done quite well with the DJing. I never went into DJing to make loads of money, or in fact, in anything I do. Anything I do, I have no real interest in being filthy, stinking rich. It doesn't interest me at all. That being said, I've done quite well, you know, probably better than most. But I'm certainly not rich, and I've no interest really in being rich. Just as long as I've got enough money to do the things that I want to do. You know, I'm not. Some of these people they're never happy unless they've got like more and more millions going into the bank each year. I mean, what's all that about? What's the point of that? The bloke who owns Amazon and that, you know, he could never ever spend all the money that's in his bank. Why? Why do you need all that? You don't. You just need enough to keep going, to be able to turn on your electric fire and have some food in the fridge, and perhaps be able to do a hobby or two like I do with this. There are some much more expensive hobbies than this, believe me. Going to football matches, I think. I'm sure one or two of you boys out there are big football fans. It costs an arm and a leg to go and see some of these football matches. Christ, I'm not spending anywhere near that on this. See, every time I buy something to do with this, other than the little promotional things, and what have you. Every time I buy something like a camera, a microphone, this, right? So I bought that. That was 200 quid. Okay? Right? 15 years ago. You see what I mean? You buy it once. That's it. How much did you spend on football? Say there's a dad and maybe two boys. You know, you say goodbye to 200 quid over the weekend. Weekend in, weekend out, and it just goes on, doesn't it? But once I've bought something for this, a computer, okay, you know, several £100s for a computer. 8 years later, we're still using the same one. So it's not that expensive, I don't think, really, to do anything like this. Let's have a look. Where are we? Bingo was classic carnage last night. It was. It all went a bit wrong last night at the bingo. Those of you that weren't with us, just to let you know, I sent out the wrong tickets. I sent out the tickets for Game 3, and I was playing Game 1. Now, it's quite possible that we would have just carried on doing it, except for some unknown reason, I read out the same number twice, and then read out a number that hadn't come up in front of me. I must have been on a completely different planet last night. So we literally had to stop the game, cancel the game, and start all over again. Can you just imagine if that happened at the Top Rank or the Mecca Leisure? These old dears, they would go mad in there, wouldn't they? I'm sure people die in bingo halls, but the old dears, they won't allow them to stop the game. Carry on with the game. Could you take that body out quietly, please? So it was a good bit of fun, and I finished the show last night, and I went downstairs to watch a bit of television, and I was chuckling to myself. Chuckling, how did that go so badly? Well, some people would be in a complete and utter flap, wouldn't they, about it? But it's just one of those things. It doesn't matter, does it? This whole thing that I do doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. It's not an important thing, is it? Let's have a look there. When will you start playing your Christmas music for the show, wants to know Joey. Yes, that's all done. That was done back in October, actually. All sorted out in October, and you'll get that about 2 weeks before Christmas. No earlier. Absolutely no earlier. 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. We're not having all these Christmas decorations and things like that up in the studio more than 2 weeks before Christmas. I know some of you put it up at the beginning of blooming November. No, 2 weeks before Christmas. That's it, all right? John loves Shaking Stevens. Merry Christmas, everyone. That's a nice one. Snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. That one, lovely. Happy memories of my mum. She liked him. Yes, he was very popular. Or he is very popular, Shaking Stevens. He is, of course, still with us in his 70s, I would imagine. Something like the 70s. Thank you very much. Adam the Plumber sends a £1.99 super chat. Yeah. Ooh. Thank you, Adam. Adam sent me didn't you send me £12 last night as well? Thank you very much. Super chats are always appreciated, boys and girls. Thank you very much. It's nice to send it. Someone said to me, "Oh, what do you do with the super chat money?" Well, I buy more promotional items. The promotional items are not like dirt cheap. Do you know what I mean? And again, unlike a microphone, you wouldn't buy them and then that's it. You never buy them again. You got to keep reordering them as people either win or buy them from you. But the super chat money doesn't cover the amount of money spent on super chats on promotional items. I don't mind telling you, the hats were a little bit of an extravagance, but you know, now and again, why not? Really. So no, the super chats. Someone was saying, did the super chats does that cover the promotional items? No, not at all. Not unless there was like, I don't know, 50 quid per show coming in or something like that. So no, they don't. All right, just so you know. Good morning to LaBelle. Morning, LaBelle. I today am her emerald-eyed eye, bird of happiness. I like it. Bird of happiness. We must be happy at all times, boys and girls. Don't be sad. Don't be like one of those people on the Facebook who every single post is depressing. You know, perhaps it's someone walking around this week, they've lost an arm. Next week, her nan died. The week after, the pet dog ran off with the cat. You know, don't be one of those people. If you're one of those people who constantly puts on depressing Facebook messages about your latest breakup or illness, no one watches. No one, we just skip past. Now, it's all right now and again, but for God's sake, can we have some happy messages as well and be done with it? If I sat here as miserable as sin, you'd soon switch off, wouldn't you? Eh? Let's have a look. John, my other half put his thermal gloves on cycling to work this morning. It's only 2 degrees. Yes, it's very cold here. 2 degrees is not as good as the 3 degrees. When will I see you again? La 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 la. Oh, Sheila Ferguson, I saw a little Twitter post from her. Hilarious. She was on her stage, I think a little club somewhere, singing one of her songs. And this millennial type girl decides she didn't get on the stage, but she decided to sing in front of her along with her songs, pretend like with a bottle as a microphone like that. Right? Really loud. And you could see her in the camera, this girl. Sheila Ferguson looked at her and said, "Shut up, love, it's not a karaoke." Or words to that effect. Good old Sheila Ferguson. I like the 3 degrees. I'm a big fan of the 3 degrees, absolutely. We carry on there. Let me just scroll down a bit. Mick still, Brenda from Bristol, still poorly. Going back to the doctors. Good luck with that, my darling. Or the hospital. Oh, yes. Yes, well, good luck with that, my darling. Good luck with that, okay? Joanna enjoyed the bingo last night. It was quite funny when it all goes wrong. People like it when it goes wrong, don't they? Good morning to Stu. Hello, Stu. Morning to you. Just watched the bingo video. I noticed you called out number 80. It was crossed out. And after being called, it uncrossed itself again around 25 minutes, 40 seconds. We didn't watch the whole thing then, did you, Stuart? I know what you've done. You've scrolled forward. You've got to watch the whole thing to see what actually happened. That's a different game. You've watched a different game. Because it went wrong. We had to start again, dear. Thank you, Adam, for your kind comments. I won't. I find it difficult to read out things like that. But thank you very much, Adam, for your kind comments and your personal letter that you sent me through. All right, thank you very much for that. Alan, don't sing "My Ears Are Bleeding." One voice. I'll just destroy your ears by the end of the show, Alan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How much were the hats? About 10 quid each, actually. They were dear. Claire has just sent a £3 super chat. It's pouring in today. Oh, hang on. Wrong one. There we are. Wrong one. Thank you very much, Claire. Thank you very much. Claire has sent a £3 super chat. You can have a badge if you want, Claire. You can have a badge. I don't know if you're coming along to the karaoke tonight, are you? You haven't been for a while. It has been noted. It has been noted you haven't been to the karaoke for a while. I can either bring one down to you or put it in the post, or you don't have to have one. Entirely up to you. Thank you very much, Claire. Much appreciated, darling, for the super chat there. Sheila Ferguson is a Facebook friend. I love the 3 degrees too. Oh, she's fantastic. She's wonderful. And she's... I watched her on that... I was going to say... It seems a bit disrespectful to say pensioners programme, but that's exactly what it was. You know, when they go on holiday and decide whether they'd like to live in Thailand, India, wherever, for their retirement. Or Japan. The Japanese one was very good. They seem to really look after their elderly people in Japan, don't they? It was a great programme, and Sheila Ferguson was on that. And if I remember rightly, she went out for a date as well, didn't she? Didn't she go out for a date? Great it was. How's the wardrobe department this morning? Well, I've still got my tracksuit bottoms on, if that's what you mean. All right. Okie doke. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. So those things have been ordered. I went on the Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is on now, boys and girls. If you want any technology, probably a good time to have a little look to see if there's a good deal on what you want to buy. However, as I always say to you, you need to know what the price was before. You need to have done your research before to realise that there is actually a good deal. Because a lot of people put stuff on what they say is an offer, and it's not. Oh, good morning to Paul. Paul's in Cornwall this morning, where it's cold. Cold in Cornwall. Good morning to Paul. Just texting in on the texting number. So you need to know what the price was before. In the Sun this morning, Cyber Monday bargain hunters are expected to spend a record $1.5 billion. Oh, you couldn't imagine these numbers in your head, could you? You know, when we go back to rich people, you know, when you hear people have got, like, I don't know, 350 million pounds in the bank or 2 billion pounds. You can't get your head around those numbers, can you? Well, Cyber Monday bargain hunters are expected to spend a record £1.5 billion online as online shopping matches high street spending for the first time. British people will snap up the goods via phones, tablets and laptops as 8 in 10 retailers are cutting their prices. They will swamp websites in a blowout almost 50% bigger than Black Friday's £1.1 billion, a Centre for Retail Research study predicts. It says £1.5 billion will also be spent in shops, but almost half will go on supermarket food. Cyber Monday is set to be Britain's biggest online spending day yet, 21 years after Amazon launched in the UK. And do you remember when Amazon launched? They were just books. All they sold were books. So we're very, very small. And they're so big now, Amazon. And I've said before, one of the reasons they're big is that they do it very well. You know, it's not only the fact that you can often find it cheaper on Amazon. You can sometimes find it cheaper in the shops as well. But it's a whole thing of sending stuff back. It's so easy. If you're not happy with something, there's a big of a difference here. Buying something online and buying something in a shop, right? If you buy something in a shop and you simply change your mind, right? They don't have to give you your money back. Oh, I bought this jacket. I'm not really happy with the colour. Can I have a refund? No. Not unless they want to. They don't have to do that. Whereas online, you get that jacket. I don't like the colour. You can send that straight back, no problem at all. And Amazon do the return thing really well. You want to send something back, you just go on there, and then it says, okay, take it to the post office, wrap it up, take it to the post office, show them this, and you get a little code to show them, one of those square dot things. I think it's a Q code or something like that. It says it's landmark for online retail. Factors encouraging spending are payday having just happened, and people realising Christmas is just 3 weeks away. Debenhams admitted shopping generally is shifting from stores to online. Retailers are facing a sustained drop in people going in and out of shops in the ongoing transformation of the industry. And I think it was LaBelle saying the other day, she doesn't want shops to go. Neither do I. I do enjoy walking around somewhere like John Lewis or love Selfridges. I love walking around in there looking at stuff, and I would buy something in John Lewis or Selfridges or Debenhams or somewhere like that. And it would be an enormous shame to see those places go. It really would. But if you're buying anything on the Cyber Monday, anything technological, then today's the day to do it, as long as you know that it's a good price. And one of the things I've been keeping an eye on recently is DSLR cameras. Okay, DSLR cameras to improve the picture. Not so much here, but down at the caravan. It's a little bit... I'm not happy with the picture of the caravan. I haven't been really since setting up down there. But after I finished the show last night, I did a little bit more investigation into DSLR cameras. And it turns out that many people had tried using them for streaming, and they work very well. The picture's great, right? But they're not really designed for constant streaming, for long-term programs. And the little sensor in the back burns out in a lot of cases. So I thought, maybe that's not such a good thing after all. Now, the top-end webcam is a Logitech Brio, B-R-I-O. And when they first came out, they were 200 quid, right? And then they kind of come down to about 180, 170. You could get them maybe for 160, 150. They're 50 quid off now. And they're just a touch over a ton. So I've ordered one of those. And hopefully I'll be able to use it either down here or up there. And what it does is gives me 60 frames a second instead of 30. So the movement like that should be a lot smoother. Okay. And if it doesn't look that, I'll just send it back. That's the wonderful thing with Amazon. So that's what I've managed to get hold of at a vastly reduced cost of a DSLR camera, which they're a bit in the hundreds, they are. And I would never have been able to leave stuff around, you know, like that and stuff. So that's what I've ordered on the Cyber Monday, and hopefully that will be coming for Wednesday or Thursday's show next week. So fingers crossed, and we'll see if we get an improvement in the picture there. It's all I like to keep moving on. Do you know what I mean? Like to keep trying to improve things. Will you be buying anything on Cyber Monday today? Are you or just looking? You know, are you just looking? Do let us know. Let's read some of your messages there. Claire, I'll have a badge, I think. We'll try and get the karaoke. Shall I put it in my bag then, Claire? Or do you want that sent off? I don't mind. Adam, would it be possible to give out a gift set of United Kingdom porter pin badges and fridge magnets for the Christmas show? Oh, I don't know if there's going to be one Christmas morning. I don't think anyone would be there Christmas morning. You're busy with your cooking and your families and television watching and things like that, aren't you, on Christmas? I think I might be too busy as well Christmas morning, perhaps to do a show. A gift set, like what would that be then? An extra bingo game or a raffle or something like that, do you think? What do you think? Mandy, if the tracksuit bottoms keep the old crown jewels warm, keep them on. I will, don't worry about that. It's a lot easier than sitting here in a bed. What's the point in putting trousers on? You can't see. Although Claire was horrified last night. She liked the top bit, and then I got up. I had to do something. She was a bit disappointed. All right. Amelia's off to go on a bike. We'll be doing a raffle a bit later on, boys and girls, okay? We've got the raffle coming up later for one of these wonderful fridge magnets. Someone's going to win one of those. You'll get a raffle ticket later. Good morning to Roy the boy. Hello, Roy. Welcome to our show this morning. Sean, I don't want the shops to go. You have to think about the old age pensioners that are not tech savvy. Where would they get their Christmas presents and stuff from? Well, they're not going yet, Sean. But as time moves on, I think we're going to lose more shops. What on earth they're going to do with the high streets, I don't know. You know, what are they going to put there instead? That's the thing. A load of fun things to do with tech. Mevo Plus live event camera. Best for live streaming. I've seen that. Very good. Very good. And you can split the picture up. The only thing is, it's only full quality when it's at the big picture, isn't it? If you split it up to sort of different angles. I have seen that. The Mevo live camera. Very good, though. Very good. I thought about getting one of those for the karaoke because I could have it up on the right in the middle there. But the trouble is getting it up there. You know, it's difficult. Hanging from a gantry. You have to get ladders out and all that sort of thing. Have you found your train set yet? No, haven't looked yet. That's in the loft somewhere. That's in the loft. John, my other half bought a mini iPad and earpods this morning. £200 for both of them. There you go. There are bargains to be had on Cyber Monday. There are absolutely bargains to be had on there, okay? Also, another bargain, if you're into like security cameras, there's Ring, R-I-N-G. I've got the doorbell downstairs that I've had for 2 years. So has my neighbour. Two of my neighbours have got these Ring doorbells. You can't get past this row of houses without being caught on camera at least 200 times. Absolutely. No chance at all. No chance at all. They're doing a Ring stick-up camera. Now, if you order that off your Amazon Echo, okay, at the moment it's £59 by ordering it off that. You would have had an email if you're signed up to that thing. 59 instead of 89, which is 89 was already a bargain because it was over £100. It was 89, now it's 59. Just make you wonder how much they make from this stuff. You know, because if they're still selling it for 59, well, they must be making a profit on that. And it was before 89, and then before that over 100, wasn't it? A lot. Claire loved the pineapple jacket with the tasteful green shirt. Then he stood up wearing a pair of old tatty jeans and shirt flapping everywhere. Very disappointing. I'm sorry, Claire. Sorry. Adam's quite right. Today's society, they want it cheap, they want it quick with the least amount of fuss. Amazon does all that from the comfort of your armchair. People say it's a shame. Yeah, it is a shame. But when you go into a shop, Adam, which has happened to me several times now, you go and say something, oh, no, we haven't got one, but we can order it for you. Well, I might as well have sat here and done that in the first place. So I do now. Thank you, Tech Sparky. I have one, no problem with pictures, and when in 2 screen modes, not a problem. Just do it through software. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Right. Okay, now, what else have we got here? Watched a little bit of telly last night. After I finished up here, I thought, oh, I can't go. I didn't sleep too well last night. To be honest, I think I spent too long in front of the computer last night because I kind of come up into the studio here. We started the show about 7:45, so I was in here at 7 o'clock getting things ready, and I didn't come out of here till about 12:30 last night. And I went downstairs and watched a little bit of telly. And over the weekend, I watched quite a lot of telly, actually. I've just started War of the Worlds. I'm about 3/4 of the way through episode 1 of that one. Enjoying it, except when that ball thing started shooting out flames, except it didn't come out of the ball. Anyone seen it yet? The new version of War of the Worlds on BBC One Colour. I think it's Sunday nights. I'm watching it on the iPlayer. But there's this big ball, and all these people are standing around it. And suddenly these people are bursting into flames. But there's no, laser coming out of the ball. And I'm thinking, well, where are these flames coming from? Because that's kind of not really making sense to me. So I was a little bit disappointed. It actually looks like it's been filmed in Bracknell Forest in Windsor, Swinley Forest, just over the road there. And I do remember a couple of years ago, there was a lot of filming going on over there. Whether it was that or something else. I think they did Harry Potter over there as well, in the forest scenes, just not far from me at all there. So I was watching that last night. Nice to see the girl from Poldark. The wife of Poldark. I can't remember her name now. She's in it as one of the characters. So that's good. I watched another 2 episodes of Bleak House, again on the BBC Colour iPlayer. Bleak House. There's the girl from Line of Duty in that, who's playing a young lady. And I've got as far as where she gets smallpox and recovers from it. You know, if you were very, very lucky, you recovered from smallpox in those days. But it was quite a very, very nasty disease. I think we've wiped that out now, smallpox, haven't we? With our various vaccinations and things. And I watched Casualty as well. And the ongoing story of Duffy, who's got dementia, and she started seeing things now. You know, she was standing... Oh, it was ever so sad. She was like one of the nurses in Casualty, and she's got dementia. The story's been running for months now, and you watch her gradually going downhill. And now she's started seeing things, and she was with her husband, Charlie, who's been in Casualty since it started. Actually, I think Duffy has as well. She had a bit of a break somewhere along of many years, and she came back in it 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, something like that. My mum was a big fan of Casualty as well. I like that. She liked it as well. And so they're in their house, and she's looking at the window and says, "Oh, there's our cat. Oh, I haven't seen her for ages." And Charlie's come over, and he says, "Where?" "Over there. Can you see?" And the camera goes up there. There's no cat. And he says, "Where?" "Over there. She's standing right by the bin." And the camera goes to the bin. There's no cat there. And it's just, it's so sad. And this is obviously what happens, you know, with dementia. She's looking out the window and seeing a cat that isn't there, and then it turns out the cat died 2 years ago. Terrible, really, terrible. So that's going on in Casualty at the moment, and very good indeed. John says, "We didn't like War of the Worlds. I prefer the Tom Cruise movie, very tense." No, I don't. I prefer the original one. The Tom Cruise one... It kind of didn't make sense in a while. All these electrical things had stopped working, and yet he's standing there with a video camera, you know. And I think, well, if all the electrical stuff isn't working, how comes your video camera's still working? No, I prefer the original one, not the one with Tom Cruise there. Claire, can you skim out of the door next time so we don't see your bottom? I could try that now. Okay, I'm just going outside for a moment so you can't see. I could wheel myself out. Perhaps I could have a couple of rows in here, you know, so it would go out like a sort of one of those Stanner stair lifts, except not actually going up a set of stairs, maybe. Brenda from Bristol's there. Jacket potato was lovely. It was lovely. They weren't burnt because they were only on about 120. I put them in the oven for 2 hours. They were absolutely delicious last night. Absolutely delicious. And if you're watching my weight, I've just weighed myself this morning. 13 stone 7 this morning. So quite pleased about that. We are back on the slimming world, as I say. Been sticking to that. Remember, we got to 13 stone 12, was it 12? 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I got to 13 stone 12 a few weeks ago, and my alarm bells were ringing. So we're on the slimming world at the moment. 13 stone 7. Of course, Christmas is coming up. You can only expect to have to put on a little bit of weight at that time. I've got a couple of dinners coming up. I've got an afternoon tea with my friend Chris. We got a Christmas dinner, I think, next week. I think there's a Christmas dinner next week, and then the week after, I've got a little outing. Where's my calendar now? Yeah, I've got a Christmas dinner next week. I think there it is. Yeah, next week. The week after, I've got a Christmas meet-up on the Sunday, so there won't be a bingo on December the 15th. Won't be here for the bingo December the 15th. Okay, that's because I'm out. And then on Tuesday, got afternoon tea with my friend Chris. So it's all going on, but at the moment I'm back down to 13 stone 7. So very pleased about that. I'd like to get to about 13 stone 5 before Christmas, maybe 4. 13 stone. Let's set a target. Shall I set a target there? 13. I'd like to be 13 stone 4 before Christmas. Remember that, okay? Write that down. 13 stone 4 before Christmas. Then I'll allow myself to go up a little bit. And you can't be sitting around your sister's house while they're all shoving nuts and crisps. Oh, crisps. Can't wait for a bag of crisps around Christmas. No crisps for weeks now. Weeks. I start shaking. Sometimes I'm in a supermarket and I go past the Walker's cheese and onion crisps and I break out into shakes like that. You know, like a druggie. We do like a bag of crisps. There you go. Adam's got the Ring doorbell, £89. And it came with a free Echo Dot. That was on Amazon, was it, Adam? So there's a lot of bargains to be had there. And both of those things I highly recommend to you. Both the Ring doorbell and the Amazon Dot, excellent items. And really good Christmas presents. Really good Christmas presents, both those items, okay? I think Amazon are doing deals with, like, if you buy 2 things. I think they're doing Hive as well. I wouldn't mind having Hive. I don't have remote control heating here. So what I do, when I leave today, I'll set it to 11 degrees, you know, just so that pipes don't freeze and things like that. Right down. Trouble is, when I get back here on Friday night, Saturday morning, it won't be any higher than 11 degrees. But actually, you know, you just keep a jumper on and it soon warms up. It doesn't take long for heating to warm up the house, does it? I mean, it really doesn't. Go and see The Good Liar. That's a movie. What's that about? Who's in that? Who's in that? Sean, dementia is actually the person is actually reverting back to childhood. Sounds strange, but that's what it is. It is terrible, really. Roy's got an ancestry DNA test. What's that? What does that do then? Oh, is that a gadget? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is it like a blood test or something like that? Oh, don't start sticking pins in yourself. You might get infections, dear. Don't start getting infections there. All right? So there we are. James Bond. James Bond, it's not long to wait now. Next year is James... Oh, incidentally, now have I got that here? Do you like ABBA? I've come across this advert. Right, ABBA, look, here we go. ABBA. The show, the music of ABBA. Now, this isn't actually ABBA, but there's some very good... what do they call them? Tribute people, tribute bands around. A very good friend of mine, Keith George, he does Boy George. He's very popular when he goes out and does it. He also does other characters as well. Mandy Gap is a drag character he does. And Coco Conyer. He does Coco Conyer. But his main one is, and he goes out as himself as well. So he's got, and he's working all the time. Goes all over the world, my mate. Keith George, his name is. All over the world. Vegas, you know, in America. All over the place doing his shows. Anyway, so I'll come across this. This is in several places. Southend, London at the London Palladium, so it must be good if they're at London Palladium. Bournemouth, Birmingham, Glasgow and Manchester. It's the show, the music of ABBA, featuring the band Waterloo from Sweden, and there they are. Okay, so they always make themselves to look a little bit like the original ABBA there. And it says, accompanied by the London Symphonic Rock Orchestra, and that just looks fantastic. Look at the orchestra down there. Because I think there's something to be said. There's something to be said for having a massive orchestra on stage. You know, when you see talented people like, I don't know, Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, all those new lot, you know, they come on the stage and they sing and they're all in tune and it's all very energetic and all that. But there's no band. You know, I like to see a whole orchestra on stage. My favourite Barry Manilow live thing is when he was in London in 2011, 12 maybe, somewhere around that period, and he was on there with the London Philharmonic Orchestra on the stage at the O2. That was fantastic. Unfortunately, on that particular show, that was the first one I ever went to see of Barry Manilow. I was right up there, and you literally had to watch the screen. You couldn't really see it properly. But that looks really good, doesn't it? So you can get the tickets for that. That's in May next year. The show featuring the music of ABBA, with the London Symphonic Rock Orchestra. Looking absolutely fantastic, that. Okay. Yeah, Keith is a lovely guy. Yeah, he really is, John. He's a really nice bloke, he is. Anyway, back to James Bond. James Bond fans won't have long to wait to see the first full-length trailer for the latest 00 film, No Time to Die. Da da ba 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 ba. I love it. On Sunday, the official James Bond Twitter account tweeted a short video clip teasing. I like that word, teasing the news that the trailer will be released on Wednesday alongside the tagline, Bond is back. This is his last one, isn't it? Even though the teaser lasted just 14 seconds, it still provided some intriguing new details for the eagle-eyed viewer. Are you eagle-eyed viewers? Including death-defying stunts, and some are speculating is the first look at villain Rami Malek. I don't know who Rami Malek is. No Time to Die will be Daniel Craig's final outing as the MI6 secret agent with a license to kill. But before he hangs up his Walther PPK, what on earth is that? Is that a gun? I don't know anything about weapons. The Walther PPK is forced out of peaceful retirement in Jamaica, where an old friend, Felix Leiter from the CIA, asks him to help track down a mysterious villain who has dangerous new technology. That could be my new webcam. Dangerous new technology. Thankfully, Bond has also some new technology at his disposal, not least the classic Aston Martin. Who wants one of those? An Aston Martin DB5 with Gatling guns in its headlights. Elsewhere, Daniel's 007 is seen performing a jaw-dropping motorcycle stunt, speeding up a steep set of steps and flying over a barrier. You see, he's very good. Not for him yet is the Stanner stairlift. Not yet. Not yet. So I'm looking forward to watching that. It says, during a recent appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert to promote his current film Knives Out, Craig, see, they do several films at the same time, these actors, don't they? Craig, who's 51, a little bit younger than me, I think I'd be a very good James Bond, don't you? Responded in the affirmative when he was asked by a TV host if he's done playing with Bond. He also reportedly told German outlet Express that it's time for someone else to have a go at Bond. So, you know, I think it doesn't matter, really, and it tells you a little bit more about that. So that's in the Daily Mail if you want to have a little look at that this morning, boys and girls. I think it goes for a lot of people when, even though they're hugely successful and what have you at what they do and are enjoying their job, there comes a point where you get fed up with the job. I'm sure that is the case. It's been like that for me a few times where I've sort of reasonably, things have been going well somewhere. I thought, I've had enough of this now. And, you know, people like the DJing. When I gave up almost all the DJing, I wouldn't say I DJ now, I host. Okay, but I gave up the DJing and people would offer me work and say, oh, we've got a new place, would you come and DJ for us? I'm sorry, I've given it up. And they're like, why? Because I got fed up, but you were good at it. I don't like to blow my own trumpet like that. I'm just telling you what they told me. But you were really good at it. Well, yeah, perhaps I was, but, you know, I've had enough of doing it, really. Needed to find something else. And I think people just do get fed up doing the same thing over and over again eventually. I'm sure they do. It was the case for me anyway. Jason says, about time they kick the James Bond films in the head. You can't beat the early ones. Well, my favourite James Bond was Roger Moore. He was just hilarious. Roger Moore, full of humour, fun. I liked Roger Moore best. I really did. John knew Derek Watkins, who played on every Bond theme tune. He passed away 6 years ago, a lovely man. And, of course, someone involved in the James Bond music. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think of his name. He wrote the old music that we used to play. Da, 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 da. He wrote that. Wrote that. And some other scores for James Bond. Very, very talented people. Sean, you'd make a better milk tray man. By the way, it's peel time. Yes, I was just looking at the clock. Another 2 minutes yet. 2 minutes. The doctor said 10 o'clock. It's not 10 o'clock yet. 2 minutes. Thank you for reminding me. Don't worry about that. All right. Thank you very much. You're not fed up of us yet, says Mick. Well, no, I don't think you can get fed up with something like this. I really don't, because you're just talking about different things all the time, aren't you? Okay, now I know I repeat myself now and again, but you also have to understand, there's different new people joining, so you could probably just every few years just go back to telling exactly the same stories again. That's why I have to buy new cameras and things to try and keep things moving along, don't I? Jason, Sean Connery and Roger Moore were the best Bonds. Yeah, for me, it was Roger Moore. I think you'll find most people will tell you that they thought Sean Connery was the best one. I think most people say that. But for me, it was definitely Roger Moore. And, of course, The Saint. Do you remember the theme music of The Saint? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Is it that? Was that the theme music of The Saint? Da-da-da-da-da-da. And he had that, little stick man, didn't they? Like that he was. Like that he was. Good. Disney. Right, get ready, boys and girls. We're going to be doing the raffle very shortly. Someone's going to win a fridge magnet this morning. And I think it's peel time now. Well, on Monday. I only have 3 peels. No, I only got 3 peels now. That's all I take in the morning now. It's good, isn't it? There we are. Disney. Disney's most streamed song on Spotify. Can you guess what that is? Go on, take a wild stab in the dark. What do you think is Disney's most... Oh, it's got stuck, hasn't it? Most streamed song. Oh, well, down you go. Funny laugh. Talking about stuck peels, I was listening to the radio once. A bloke called Dr. Carl. Okay, he's in Australia. And he does a show on Triple J. Triple J, which is Australia's a youth network, goes all over the country. and someone wrote in, why does it feel sometimes like a peel's got stuck when it's going in? And Dr. Carl said, because it probably has. That can happen. A peel can get stuck as it goes down. And if water won't carry it down, the best thing to have is a piece of bread. Because you think the bulk of a piece of bread, you chew it up, you swallow it, and it literally pulls the peel down with it. So if you ever feel that there's a peel stuck... Oh, just a minute. If you ever feel that there's a peel stuck in your throat, it probably is. What you need to have is a piece of bread, and that will drag it down. Okay, Disney's most streamed song on Spotify. An amount an artist has cashed in from it. This is in the Daily Mirror this morning. What do you think it is? Michael reckons Frozen. As in John also Let It Go. Mick, Let It Go. Absolutely. Let it go, let it go. When you go around Disney, Euro Disney and Disney in Florida, that's all you hear now. You don't hear any of the old wonderful songs. Well, yeah, I mean, you do, but the majority of the time it's this blooming Let It Go thing. In the Daily Mirror, it says Disney have released a lot of creative and catchy songs over the years, but one movie track in particular has proved the most popular with listeners on Spotify. One of the most magical parts of Disney, and they're absolutely right is this, is often the soundtrack. And a number of the songs from these soundtracks have gone on to win Academy Awards. And I love the Disney music. It's powerful. It brings you up. It takes you down. They're just so good at doing it. It says over the years, a number of incredible artists have given their vocal abilities to iconic characters, with Mandy Moore taking on the role of Rapunzel in Tangled and Donny Osmond, and they called it Puppy Love. Donny, Donny. Ah! Anyone go and see the Donny and Marie show at Vegas? Oh my God, you'll be sick. It's so squeaky clean. It's unbelievable. It really is. Anyway, they provided the singing voice for Mulan's General Lai Shang. But which musical number from a Disney movie has proved the most popular with Spotify listeners? It says here. Frozen's Let It Go by Idina Menzel has taken the top spot. So you're quite right there, boys and girls, on the Disney streaming platform with over 300 million plays since it was released in 2013. So you're quite right there, boys and girls. Everyone said that as well. This is according to a new pay-per-play report. The research revealed that artists get paid 0.0034 pence. Okay? 0.0034 pence for every stream on Spotify, meaning Menzel's hit has generated around £1.1 million so far, just for one song. Just for one song. With the release of the highly anticipated Frozen 2 last week. Has anyone been to see that, Frozen 2? Menzel looks set to cash in even more, with her vocals featuring on 3 catchy tracks: Some Things Never Change, Into the Unknown, and Show Yourself. I haven't heard any of those yet. What is your favourite Disney song? What is your favourite Disney song? Have you got one? What is it? Following Let It Go, the second most streamed Disney song on Spotify was Mona's How Far I'll Go by Ali Cravalho. They've all got funny names, haven't they? Or foreign names which I can't pronounce. I'm not sure I know that one. The track has generated the artist just over £800,000. I mean, you can't dream of that amount of money, can you? £800,000 so far, with more than 230 million plays on Spotify to date. The Mona soundtrack has another hit at number 3 on the list with Dwayne Johnson's You're Welcome. I don't know that one either. Gaining 204 million streams and just under £700,000. So here's the top 10 Disney streams. What's your favourite Disney song? Tell me your favourite Disney song. Number 1, Let It Go, Let It Go. I shall perform as many of them as I can, especially for Joanna this morning. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. I don't always get the words right, but the tune is usually on track, okay? Number 2, How Far I'll Go. Don't know that one. Number 3, You're Welcome. Number 4, I'll Make a Man Out of You by Donny Osmond. I don't know any of these. Number 5, A Whole New World. I like that one. La 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 la, shining da 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 da. That's nice, that is. Except the version done by Katie Price and who's that nice Australian bloke? You know, her other half at the time. That was just hideous. Peter Andre, that was it. Peter Andre and Kate did a version of that. Awful. The Disney version, fantastic. I like that. A Whole New World. 6, Do You Want to Build a Snowman? That's in Frozen, I know that one. Under the Sea, number 7. Under the sea, da, 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 under the sea. I love it. And all the little fishes swimming. Fantastic. Very colourful, dear, very colourful. Number 8, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, from The Lion King. Number 9, Hakuna Matata, that one, from The Lion King as well. And number 10, I See the Lights, from Tangled. Nowhere in there is the Sleeping Beauty or Snow White or the Seven Dwarfs. How times move on. Sad, isn't it, really? You know, whistle while you work. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whistle. None of those are in there. How sad is that? But times move on, don't they? Things change. What did you like? Claire. When you wish upon a star. Love that one as well. Sean likes Look for the bare necessities. That's while the bear can rest of ease. It's just the bare necessities of life. Yeah, man. Look for that one. When you prick a raw paw on a prickly pear. That one. I love it. Beauty and the Beast, Diane. Tell the test of time. And you've just mentioned my favourite one. Absolutely. Beauty and the Beast. Love it. Off to the cupboard with you now, Chip. On the live version of Beauty and the Beast, that line was omitted. You know, she sung that song, and then at the end, you're waiting for off to the cupboard with your then now chip, and it didn't happen. Big mistake, I think, not having Angela Lansbury singing that again. Can only be Angela, not